You like that, eh, Barry? What up, grade 8? I suggest everybody go watch Cash is King. If you're not going to super chat me or cash app me, because this is self-promotion, just go watch Cash is King. I hope you all know I'm joking around. If you know me, you know I am joking around. If you have Cash is King's phone number, just start calling him. For $50. You get a pass, Barry. Yeah, I ain't giving out anybody's phone numbers. Absolutely nothing, sir. How do you say this? Sujo? Islam? Swear. Everybody go watch Cash is King Trucking. Riveting stuff, isn't it? Riveting. Looking at a white Volvo and a blue T680. Over there, yonder. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up and go watch Cash is King Trucking. Otherwise, super chat. Super chat me instead of Cash is King. Do you say that, Ramona? Did I say your name right? I'm horrible with enunciation. Country boys in the house? That's a huge addition. That's a very big addition. Cold storage addition, freezer. Here at a Walmart distribution center. If you haven't yet, go check out Cash is King Trucking. Cash is King Trucking. He's live right now. I might need to bathe in holy water to save this soul. Wheel burner, what up, brother? You can't see me. You're looking at the driveway there. But hey, go check out Cash is King Trucking. Or go into Cash is King's live show and tell everybody to come over here. We're not going to any truck stop tonight. After I get unloaded here, I got to head about 180 miles away, going into Iowa. I'm in Minnesota right now. Yeah, Barry, this Walmart's huge. Like, the addition's huge. It's absolutely, it is a very big addition. Sorry, Grade 8, I missed your comment, brother. I don't think I can pull his live show into me, or, like, I don't know how to do that once you go live. 180 miles, how do I say your name? K-Master? No, I'm going to mess that up bad. 180 miles isn't bad. That's more of a deadhead than I usually take, though. But I'm going to pick up a customer load, so when the customer calls, I do what they ask me to do. And it's a straight through run. I'm picking up tomorrow, bringing it right back to Minnesota, and then going home for the weekend. That's a good point. I guess I don't own my soul. That's good. Well, if you don't own it, why are you trying to save it then? I don't know. Let's not get into a theologian discussion. Yeah, just go watch Cash is King. We don't need to blend the shows. You know, I guess there's a truck stop not far from where I am. It's actually like a mile and a half away. It's where I spent most of the morning. I drove into town. I got into town here about, oh, maybe it was 7:30 in the morning. I woke up at 2 in the morning, finished my drive, and then I spent the day at the truck stop until 4 p.m. Central Time and came here for my delivery. I am going to have to run back to that truck stop after I'm unloaded here to buy some a product that I like. Drive it like I stole it. You've seen a few driving through Missouri. Yeah, Missouri, you know, there's some states that have an abundance of truck stops or like truck parking locations. And then there's a lot of states that have very minimal truck parking locations. Where I currently am in Minnesota, you can easily find a truck stop. Once you get, I'm going to say 35 miles north of where I currently am, you're not going to find anywhere to park. You're going to have to drive out of the Twin Cities, out of the metropolitan area, quite a while to find truck parking. Yeah, I'm about 60 miles away from St. Paul. K-Master. I'm just going to call you K-Master C112. Yeah, I'm about 60 miles south of St. Paul right now. And this is my homeland. This is where I live. I live here in Minnesota. Man, there's still 8 of you in here. That's amazing to me. I really ain't got nothing. I just wanted to go live and show the view of what I am looking at sitting in my truck all day. I don't even have my headset on. I'm like talking in the mic. I'm sure I sound ridiculous. Here, I'll put it on. I'm waiting for my paperwork, bro. I'm getting unloaded. I'm unloaded. I currently have a green light. They should be calling me pretty soon. I don't know if I should film when I drive. I've never done that. I'm leased on to a carrier, so I own all the equipment, but I'm leased on to a carrier, and I don't know if the carrier would approve of me doing that. Plus, it'd be all shaky and bumpy. This is kind of a, here, I'll show you what it looks like. It's not the most high-tech phone holder there, but it works for what I need it to work for. Yeah, the paperwork waiting is a little ridiculous. Walmarts usually are pretty fast. This Walmart hasn't worked out that way. They've been kind of slow. Oh, my carrier would know everything. I'm leased on to, I've never seen your name before, so I'll introduce myself. I haul reefer freight, and I'm actually leased on to a carrier that has pretty big YouTube channel, and I think he would know if I was driving and filming. I mean, I do trucking vlogs and stuff like that where you do see highway footage, but I'm actually not really filming. That's either my dash cam or a stationary camera, you know what I mean? Yeah, wheel burner. Listen, this is gonna sound ridiculous, and I don't mean to be like preachy sounding. Like, you are setting yourself up for an absolute lawsuit doing stuff like that. Now, leaving here, you know, I mean, I don't know if you can see, there's a a speed limit sign right by that hail trailer. Speed limit's 15 miles an hour here in this lot. I would be comfortable doing it in the lot, but filming yourself while you're driving just opens the door, man. It opens the door for there to be proof of you doing something illegal. Or you don't even have to be doing anything illegal. It's just, it's evidence. Can't drive, brother. I'm waiting for my paperwork, man. Trucking is 80%, 75% driving, another probably 20% of sitting around. Man, actually, that's not true. Let's see. Let's think about my days. Like I said, I'm an owner-operator, man. I believe in efficiency. Nothing I do requires me really to drive 11 hours a day. I'm not one of these guys that puts down 700-800 miles, 650 miles in a day is a very, very long day for me. I'm typically at, like 400. So you figure if I work 8.5 hours a day, 9 hours a day, there's a few hours in that day, 3-4 hours, where I'm sitting getting loaded. No, that's not the paperwork guy. That's another guy just sitting here. This is a pretty big facility. Ooh, hold it for comment. What'd you say? Let's just see what you had to say. View. The Warrior. Oh, never. Oh, somebody already handled it. You can feel free to show some stuff unless you're like attacking people. You know, but I don't do that, warrior, and that's, I mean, I'm just being honest with you. I'm happily married. I'm older now. You know, I'm almost 45 years old. My kids are all grown. Well, I'm actually going home this weekend. Yeah, I disagree with that. Is your name Jorge? Jorge Garcia? I agree 100% with you if the camera is pointing back at me, but my argument is that I had the camera pointing out the windshield. It's no different than having a dash cam recording. I still lost. Yeah, you know, it is a little bit different because you're not touching. You never have to touch your dash cam. I have 2 dash cams in this truck. I have one right here. This is an AI dash cam. This dash cam's actually, as much as I fought the carrier for putting in a dash cam, this is a really good one compared to this cheapo Garmin one. And even with this, all I have to do is speak to it and it saves videos or takes pictures or time lapse. I never have to touch it. Yeah, man, I can't do 600 miles. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can. I did 648 miles yesterday. That was because, so I'm on a load that had some time on it. I had about 1,150 miles to go. I picked it up. What is today? What is today? Today's the 27th, right? So I picked this load up on Wednesday. Yeah, I picked this load up on Wednesday, and I only drove, after picking the load up, I picked it up in Virginia. Where in Virginia? Mount Crawford area. Mount Crawford, Virginia. I only drove maybe 5 hours, and I shut down. So yesterday I drove 10.5 hours to get me within 3.5 hours of where I am now. But I didn't have a delivery until 5 p.m. tonight. So I woke up this morning at 2 in the morning, 2 or 3 in the morning, and finished the drive and stayed at the truck stop that's right down the road. Yeah, bro, that's a better drive. 420 miles. Yeah, that's, you know, a lot of times I drive till my 8, you know, after 8 hours you need to take a stupid 30-minute break, which I was talking to, if this is boring you, go watch Cash is King Trucking. Go super chat Cash is King Trucking. Or super chat me, but go ahead and super chat him. I'd rather have you give him your money. Don't give it to me. I make enough money. Cash needs help. I forgot what I was saying. 420 miles. I'll usually drive till about my 8-hour break, because the problem is usually when I hit 8 hours, I have something to eat. And it doesn't matter if I eat a salad, a burger, some cottage cheese. Like, after I'm done eating, I want to take a nap. Wheel Burner can tell you, if he's still in here, I'm the king of naps. I love working splits, split sleepers for your log, so I'll stop every day and take 2 hours off. Like I said, I run pretty efficient. Most of my loads range between, usually the longest is like 1,200 miles. You know what I mean? So that's not hard to do in a day and a half or 2 days. You know what I mean? Like, I have a load that's picking up Monday that's going 1,200 miles. I pick it up Monday and I deliver at 8 a.m. Between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. Wednesday morning. So that's plenty of time, you know, to get to where I need to get to. So I stop. Like I said, man, I'll probably drive out of here. But yeah, I don't feel comfortable filming when I'm driving down the road. Sorry if you got to bounce because a wussy. That way, I get it. Like I said, there's too many variables that come into play. Like I said, I'm leased onto a carrier, but I take a lot of pride in the name on the side of my truck, almost like it was my carrier. So I think about if I had my own carrier, would I do that? And the answer is no. And like I said, I wouldn't want him to get upset because I'm an independent contractor, man. He can terminate my contract at any time. I do like driving at night. I actually prefer driving at night. Usually after dusk is when I like to drive. Like I said, I'll be driving tonight. Now I only have, what, three hours maybe? I'm right around 180 miles away. So I enjoy driving at night for multiple reasons. There's usually not as much traffic on the road. Now I am an East Coast. I shouldn't say I like the East Coast. I run a lot of freight from the Midwest, Minnesota and Wisconsin, out to the East Coast. So like when you get into Connecticut and New York and even parts of Jersey, it doesn't matter what time of day you're going through there. I mean, there's obviously times that are worse than others, but there's a lot of traffic out in those areas. But if I run down into the Southeast or, I'll take a lot of short hops, Minnesota to Chicago and stuff like that. I prefer driving at night. There's not as much traffic on the road. Scales aren't open. What'd I do, bro? Got your hands up. What's the fastest? So my truck is not governed. I have no idea how fast my truck grows. I've never taken it. I guess downhill maybe I've gone 75. But I've never. My cruising speed is anywhere from 64 to 67 miles an hour is what I usually set my cruise control to. That seems to be the best range for my fuel economy. I appreciate that, man. Welcome. Terrence? Say your name right? I'm bad with names, brother, so. Bill, no, lot lizard, yes, obviously. I mean, I've been trucking for 25 years. Yes, I've seen lot lizards. I've been, I've had women come up to me and offer services. You do not see that as much as you used to. Really, over the last 5 years, I can only think of 2 places that I've actually been asked by a worker if I would like her services. Once was in Texas and once was in Pennsylvania. Yeah, I have hit deer. I ran over a skunk. That sucked. Yeah, I've hit deers. I've hit deers during the day though too. I'm from northern Minnesota, so I've hit deers in commercial vehicles and my personal vehicles. And they do just about the same amount of damage on a commercial vehicle as they do a personal vehicle. Especially with these plastic trucks. No. Yes, sir. I would recommend driving slower. Being an owner-operator is all about efficiency. Anybody that tells you different is I shouldn't say that, because everybody can operate any way they want. I tend to operate as efficient as possible. I want to keep as much money as I possibly can. I believe that is my responsibility as a business owner, to make the business as much money as possible. Because if the business does really, really well, that means I'm doing very well on a financial side. You know, like I said, I shouldn't say it like egotistical. Being an owner-operator is also, what are you willing to sacrifice? You know, the years that I spent as a company driver, there were many, many good years. There was also many bad years. Meaning, I wasn't able to live the life that I wanted to live. I wasn't able to have the freedom that I have. Now, understanding what freedom as an owner-operator means, like, your priority should be your business. So you're still going to sacrifice things. You're still not always going to be, at least for me, like, I'm not always home when I want to be home. There are things that I miss, because without me driving the truck, the business doesn't generate anything. I'm a one truck, one trailer operation, you know. But I have the availability and can afford that if I want to take 3 weeks off, I just take 3 weeks off. I don't need to ask anybody. When I was in the union, I used to have to apply for vacation at the beginning of the year. I don't have to do any of that. And it's hard for me to put a price on that. You know, if I want to deadhead home from Chicago because I don't like what I see in the rates or in the freight, I can do it, and I don't have to ask permission. I can just do it. You know, but I also understand what that costs me, if that makes sense. Cheers from Southern Ontario. Whereabouts? Like I said, man, I'm from northern Minnesota, Terrence. I hope I'm saying your name right. I used to go into Canada quite a bit for hockey. Ontario, I mean, it's Providence, right above where I live. Yeah, man, you see a lot of crazy people driving. Where are you talking about? Are you talking about here in the States? I don't want to butcher your name, so I'm just going to call you MD. I don't want to butcher your name. You need more than 3 weeks? 3 months off? Yeah, well, you can do that. If you save money and you know, you have to understand that there's still expenses. You're still going to have your insurance. Somebody like me that's leased onto a carrier, I don't, like, if I was to take 3 months off, I would probably have to pay, like, some sort of insurance cost. Or tell them that I'm just going to take 3 months off and terminate my contract and then come back later. You know, I think the longest I've ever, like, taken off is 3 weeks. And I do that usually in the winter time. I go down south. I go down to Texas. And then in the summertime, I go up to my cabin and stuff like that. Like I said, this weekend I'm heading home. I'm going to pick up a load that delivers. I'm driving there tonight. Picks up in the morning. It's straight through back to Minnesota, and then I'm going home for the weekend. Oh, okay, that's funny. You've worked in Duluth, so I'm from that. I'm from north of Duluth, bro. Funny. I'm from that area. I don't live there anymore. But that's where I'm from. My family's still up there, like my mom and dad, but I'm down in the Twin Cities now. Or I should say have been. Oh, Indianapolis and Alabama. Yep. There's some crazy trucking in Indianapolis too. I drove through there yesterday. Yeah, there's crazy drivers everywhere. Yeah. The carrier I'm leased on to. Barry, you know the carrier I'm leased on to. Good one. Ooh. What do we got here? Sorry, hold on. Ooh, you know, I gotta respond to this. That was the missus texting me. Sorry about that. Ooh. A lot of mega carriers in here. 13 people in here, 13 thumbs up. I appreciate that. If you haven't, maybe hit the thumbs up for me. You could always go over to Cassius King's live show and super chat him and say, Fate Trucking told me to give you my money. Now that's a really good channel. I'm messing with him. He's my, we're friends. That's a good channel to watch. That guy's a smart dude. If you're interested in trucking, he puts out weekly recaps that are very informative. Don't have the wrong idea, man. This is not for everybody, and there's no shame in that. Okay. She obviously is not watching my live show. If I text her back, she's just going to keep texting me. No, man, trucking isn't for everyone. Absolutely not. Over my year, this industry is changing very rapidly. But yeah, trucking's not for everyone, man. It requires basic skills. It also requires the right mind frame, the right attitude. Just like any other job. There's jobs that are more demanding and crap like that. I'm not trying to put trucking on a pedestal because I don't think it is. But and then when you think about becoming a business, that just adds a whole nother level to your decision making. And I've seen so many people try and fail, or go bankrupt, or won't listen to advice, and maybe if they listened to one or two things, they would be successful, but their ego and pride is in the way, and they fail at it, and I have empathy, but I also hey man, if you're getting advice from solid people and you choose not to listen, and you choose to think everything should be a certain way, you're the one to blame. Oh, come on. MD. I don't know where you are, but semi-trucks here are diesel. Maybe there's a gas-powered semi-truck, but mine's diesel. We're not electric yet. She already did that. Miss Fate Trucking is, man, we've been together an awful long time. Also takes that, man. It takes a good family to be a good trucker. Understanding family. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see these trucks that are all lined up right now. You're not supposed to do that. If they don't have a door for you, you're supposed to park on the other side of that hail trailer. You're supposed to back in, or where CR England is, line up on that far side, and you're supposed to go back from him. Right now, like, that's not a lot of room in between that Kenworth and that Volvo to get a truck through. And if there's another truck coming in, yeah, like, it's a cluster. What is going on? Why is it taking so long to get the paper? It's like I have like 5 different products on the truck, but they're all straight pull products, and it's all the same. You know, basically what it is it's that Silk is, I believe, the brand Silk, like the almond style milk. Is that almond milk or like some sort of oat? Anyways, it's, you know, chocolate, straw. Like, this should not be difficult to count. Ooh, I should go raise my landing gear. I'll be right back. We're not giving out free passes, Barry. This guy looks angry. Look at this guy. Well, I guess you can't really see his face. He looked pretty angry. Explain IFTA. So, IFTA is a tax on the fuel you purchase. And every state has a different IFTA tax. You know, you can look it up there. You can go right to the website and see what each state is. So what happens is a portion of that money, that tax money, follows you for the miles that you drive in that state, right? But let's say you buy a lot of fuel in a high IFTA state, like Pennsylvania, California, Illinois, and things like that, but you don't drive a lot in those states, that IFTA that is collected follows you. So you might never have to purchase fuel in a state you drive in because IFTA follows you through those states. I don't know if that made much sense. I gotta take this. All right, we're back. Sorry, I had to take that phone call. That was the broker. DIY coffee mugs in the house. What up, brother? Oh, I just got a text. Trailer is complete. Paperwork will be available shortly. Make your way to the traffic office. I believe they told me they were going to call me. Let's walk up there. Let's just go do it. I love that. DIY coffee mugs in the house. You know what, DJ? Check out DIY Semi's channel. He can explain IFTA a lot better. We'll walk up here. I'm pretty sure they said they were going to call me. This was just a text message. Well, thanks for coming back, MD. I appreciate it. I think Cash is King is still live. That's probably more entertaining. Yeah, you don't, Tommy, like, I don't, if there's places that have off-road diesel, that's what I'll fill my reefer with, but the reality is the price sometimes doesn't beat my discounted rate. So that was Walmart. They just called me and told me my bills are ready. Hi, door 209.
Oh, that was fast.
I was already walking up.
Oh, cool. All right, trailer 503.
Yep.
Everything was good. Time for your bill. Next, please. All right, top one of the gate. The rest is for you.
Okay.
Check the back so don't see what you do.
Do I got the sticker? Oh, it's right there. Yeah, right. You have a good night. All right, I got my bills. How do I do this now? All right, there we go. That was perfect timing. What's up, Edward? How are you? Look at this sky. Sky looks beautiful tonight. It's a nice evening here in Minnesota. All right, guys, thanks for stopping in. I'm gonna bounce. Get on to my next pickup. About a 3-hour drive from here. Talk to y'all later.